Hey, welcome to today's episode. I'm your host, Daniel Martinez. I am a little bit under the weather, but that is okay. I have a special guest today, and this episode is called Deal Breakdown. We talk about cool, interesting stories. I also have a special guest, Mr. Pete Reese. I kind of gave his website away already too early, but we're going to talk about that. And definitely go check out the other episode. Mr. Pete Reese, what is your cool or interesting story about real estate, man? I know we get
Yeah,
a bunch
well,
here.
I've got a bunch of interesting stories. I guess I'll tell one related to my land flipping business, which is what we're doing 100% full into right now. And this story starts with this is to this date, this is the largest property that we've done. It's actually a 656-acre property, and we bought this property for 315,000. So as we know, we buy properties off market, and then we do some minor things to them sometimes, and then we put it back on the market and resell them. So we bought this property for 315,000, and this was one of the only properties I actually did with a partner, a money partner. So in the land flipping business, there are things called money partners. So basically, it's a situation where I brought the deal. So I found the deal, I got it under contract and everything. The money partner came in, and actually they sent the money to the attorney, to title, to get the transaction closed. And then we had an agreement ahead of time. And then after we resold the property, we split the profit. So in this deal, I didn't have any money in it out of my own pocket. I did have some money that was, responsible for getting the deal. I send out a lot of direct mail, so I do have costs associated with that. But so it's 315,000. We ended up selling the property for 595,000, and then after all was said and done, we made $100,000 each, and kind of an infinite return on our investment. So that was a really cool property, in that the partner, they got a really good return for a very short hold time. I think it was about 5 months total hold time, which is longer than we like to do normally for our land flips. But since it was such a large property, I anticipated it taking a little bit longer. But yeah, from our perspective, it was great because we didn't put any money towards the deal, and we still made $100,000 after it was all said and done. So
Yeah,
pretty good deal.
infinite returns are nice, and then
Yeah, they really are.
especially with large acre tracts. It sounds like you 300,000, 200 acres. It's 200 acres, right?
656 acres. Yeah.
106 acres. You're probably a little bit away from the population a little bit, sounds like.
Yeah, it's a very rural area, but a
Yeah.
beautiful property in a way. I mean, it was it's in the southeast.
This show is sponsored by HiveMind CRM. It is more than just a CRM. It is a real estate and business mastermind that comes with an all-in-one CRM. You can have unlimited websites and users. You can call, text, RVM, and email all in one user interface. And you can set up custom automations for any type and multiple businesses. 65% of companies start using a CRM system within the first 5 years of business. Once implemented, the HiveMind will save you on marketing, give you more time, and make more money. One of our users had his first $100,000 month using our system in June. We want to see you automate and accelerate your business. Text us at 210-972-1842 for future meetings, and of course to get our $1 course on how to make more than 6 figures on one land deal. You can schedule your free demo today at hivemindcrm.io.
And pine trees throughout the property, nice big trails throughout the property. I mean, really, really an interesting, nice property. It's just, there's not limited development potential. There's no big subdivisions going in there or anything like that. But they're paved roads or utilities, all this stuff. It's just kind of rural, I guess you could say.
Yeah, definitely rural. No, man, I like the land game because there's opportunity everywhere, and like 200 acres, like it might sound like a big deal, but in the rural areas, there's thousands of them, literally
yeah.
thousands of them, and
Yeah.
there's always opportunity out there, even if it's a small price point per acre. We're looking at a bigger deal right now, and the profit spread was like $500 per acre, but we're looking at 5,000.
Oh, yeah, that adds up quickly.
Turns into a really big number really quick, even with
Yeah.
a small spread. So it's kind of interesting looking at the price per acre difference and the potential of just like putting in the work. And that's the benefit of private capital too. You can list it on MLS.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. And it's interesting because, you know, with the land, it's not like I can go out and find a hard money lender. So there's no hard money lenders available, but there are money partners available that are willing to split deals with you if it's a deal. You know, it has to be a deal, has to be, you know, it has to be solid comps, and it has to make sense for everyone involved. But if there's a deal, there's money partners available. And then, you know, obviously it would have been best if I got all those profits myself, but then I would have had to actually invest 315,000 and probably not done other deals like I would have done. And so it was the right move at the time for sure.
yeah, we talk about that all the time. It's like, yeah, we could put our own money into it, but it's just so much easier. And if they take a lot of the pain away with just by splitting the deal, and you're no money
Yeah.
into it, it's all about finding good deals after that point. And then
Yeah.
finding good partners.
Yeah.
So let it roll. You know.
Yeah. And if you get time, I got another little story that was kind of got my, at the beginning of my real estate investment career. That's kind of an interesting one, not related to land, but so
Sure.
this one,
Yeah.
yeah,
Go ahead. Let's
this
check the
one,
story.
we actually, this was the first property my wife and I ever bought with the intention of, hey, we're going to flip this property. This was in probably 2005, something like that. So it was when the market, this is in Southern California, the market was really pretty hot, going up, and it was still going to go up a little bit after that. But there was, at the time, there was a lot of 80-20 loans, they called it. So they were 80% first, 20% second, and it happened concurrently. So you could actually buy a property, and a pretty large property. This property was $799, something like that, with no money out of pocket. I think even we wrote into the contract for the seller to pay some of the closing costs. So we bought this property, and then we ended up, as soon as we closed on it, we got our broker that we used to help us buy the property. He got contacted by a relative of one of the neighbors that lived on that street. They offered to buy it from us.
The show is sponsored by The List Guys. Do you need more leads in your local or virtual market? 1 in 10 small businesses don't invest in any kind of marketing. The List Guys have over 35 plus list types to choose from, and you can mix and match any list or criteria. We also use the skip trace list and provide up to 7 numbers and email addresses. Every list you purchase will be scrubbed against previous purchases. The List Guys are here to save you time. Contact the List Guys today at www.1listguys.com. That's www.1listguys.com.
And long story short, they ended up paying us. We netted $75,000 on the deal. We didn't put any money down, and we didn't even make our first month's payment because it closed before that was even due. So just a crazy time. You know, those loans are not available now, but it kind of got us hooked in real estate investing. That's for sure. So we were like, can it be this easy? And no, it's not. But you know, but it was nice to have that win to start things off and build some confidence in things.
The neighbors are so underrated sometimes.
Yes.
Buy the properties, like they always like, the extension of my property, I'll take that. And like sometimes they're even looking like, we've been wanting to buy a property for 10-15 years, we just waiting for somebody to contact us. So like, if you ever get properties, always hit up the neighbors. Somebody might want it, and it's the easiest way to find a buyer sometimes. In most cases, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I love it when we get we put a property on the market and we get one of the neighbors that wants to buy it, because I know that that's like a solid deal. Like they're not going to they're not just screwing around. They want the property, you know. They've been eyeing this all the time, and they want to buy it. So they'll find a way to buy it.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. Definitely cool. Well, where can people find you online? We got turningprofit.com. And tell a little bit about what you do, and definitely go check out his other episode.
Yeah. Turningprofit.com. That's everywhere. That site is kind of our home base for our own podcast that we're launching, but it's also we do monthly income reports on the site. So it's my contribution to being as transparent as possible in the land flipping business. So each month I write up a report, film a video for it, but I break down the revenue we did that month, the profit that we did that month, all the deals that we did. Each deal I take it like, what do we bought it for? What do we sell it for? How much profit did we make on that deal? How many days did we hold it for? Some things about the property, some things we might have learned, some things that went well, or maybe it didn't go well. But I break down each one of those things and just kind of just show what's possible within the land business. And, that type of stuff really wasn't out there. At least it wasn't free out there when I started flipping land. So I figured it would kind of be interesting to people. And that's why I'm doing it.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because we're starting the same thing. I told Anthony,
cool.
23, like we have to break down every deal report, even if it's vaguely breaking down, because like you can get really into the weeds on some of these deals.
Yes.
We just want to show like profit margin, purchase price, money borrowed, stuff like that, because it really shows the ability to, because like people that do houses like, oh, I made 6 figures on a deal. I'm like, man, if you do land, if you target those properties, you can do that almost every deal.
Yeah,
it's crazy as it sounds, but it's possible. So we definitely want to do documentation, and it's not even about the size of the lot too, because like we're doing a deal right now that's 9 acres. We should do around 6 figures on it. So
wow.
it's not even like 100 acres or more, 50 acres or more. You can do it on small deals too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, some of the smaller lots are the most valuable, I guess.
It depends where it's at, and that's all.
Yeah,
that's all that matters.
location.
Location. Well, we appreciate you coming on, man. Definitely go check out is your podcast already started?
It's launching by the time this will go live. I'm sure it will be launched January 4th. So
Okay. So turningprofit.com, man. Go check it out. Like I said, providing a lot of information, and like I said, we're always here to help people that are here to share the information and help bring knowledge to the community, because that's what we're here for as a whole. We appreciate you coming on. We'll see you on the next episode. If you enjoyed this episode, like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks.
Thanks for watching this YouTube video. We hope you found value. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Watch more videos just like this one.